readers. I am currently reading Emily's Quest, the third book in the Emily of New Moon series. And right now, and if I remember correctly, all through the book, Emily has some seasonal depression, and the author, Lucy Maud Montgomery, bases the character on herself. And from what I read in her diaries, she also had seasonal depression. And if you know her story, you know that depression ended very sadly for her. So I just wanted to talk about this because the time between Christmas and March and even maybe early April, I think is the time that is the most difficult for people who get seasonal depression. So I wanted to take a moment to say that if that is you, you are not alone. And I wanted to mention a few things that helped me during this gloomiest part of the year. Number one, I try to catch a sunrise or sunset and absorb the brilliant colors so it's not just gloomy sky day after day. Number two, I light candles all around my living space, light the fireplace if that's not an option. I'll even watch a video of a fireplace. And that might sound silly, but it helps me a lot to feel more warmth and coziness instead of darkness and cold. I really think human beings are meant to look at this natural firelight and not just neon lights and man-made walls and concrete all the time. Number three, on top of candles, or if candles are not an option, I put up white Christmas lights, fairy lights, artificial candles that flicker, and artificial window candles in the window. It's unbelievable how these tiny points of light can brighten your mood and create a cozy vibe. I think it's jarring when Christmas is over and people take down their lights, and January seems like an especially dark month. So twinkly lights really help with that. Number four, I decorate with pine branches or pieces of juniper bushes or other greenery. I know we tend to take that stuff down as soon as December is over, but I believe that evergreens are meant to be with us all year long. When everything dies, the flowers and the green leaves, all we have are the pine trees, and I think they were created to cheer us up. And even pepper that with flowers, real ones from the grocery store or artificial ones. I definitely have some artificial flowers hanging around because they don't die and they add some color and life to your space in this time of death, to be frank. Number five, read books that romanticize winter but also transition into spring. There's only one book that I can think of off the top of my head like this, The Secret Garden. It's one of my favorite books. I don't remember if it actually begins in the wintertime, but it is very dark and gloomy and even spooky. But then it tells of spring coming and flowers blooming and sickness turning into health. I would definitely recommend just playing the audiobook at home or in your car whenever you get the chance. It's very encouraging and wholesome to read or listen to. Number six, I try to wear lighter colored clothes. I used to just focus on not being cold in winter and wear whatever warm clothes I had and not paying attention to looking cute or wearing lighter colors like pink or light blue or even winter white. Why not? I didn't realize that the black and dark gray and navy were actually bringing down my mood. So it can be good to add more pops of vibrance and sparkle into your wardrobe. Number seven, I know in winter we want to eat the sugar and greasy fried foods, and that's okay. But it's also important to eat certain foods that your brain really needs for good mental health. Some foods that really work for me are greens, like spinach, blueberries. I usually buy frozen berries this time of year. Oranges and walnuts are really good brain food. I let the walnuts soak in water overnight and then drain them and keep them in the fridge. The best way for me is to throw together a quick blueberry, spinach, walnut, orange smoothie. I know a smoothie is not the first thing you want when it's cold, but it is really worth it to keep your brain happy. Stay safe. I hope you have a great winter, and that's all I have to say for now. Thank you for listening.